Autophagy is an absolutely essential biological process, and it plays a key role in the normal functioning and survival of the brain cells. The word autophagy is derived from the Greek words auto and phagein. Auto translates to self, and phagein translates to devouring. Autophagy essentially means self-devouring, or to eat oneself. This may sound scary and like something you want to avoid, but it's actually something we need to embrace and induce, because autophagy is the self-cleaning mechanism within our cells. It helps your brain detoxify, repair, and regenerate. It destroys old, damaged, and malfunctioning components of your cells and rebuilds new, healthier ones instead. It's like spring cleaning for your brain. By inducing the autophagy, we're clearing out the worn-out, faulty cellular parts. Our brain cells need to last a lifetime, so autophagy is our body's unique way to naturally rejuvenate them and defend them against disease. What we've discovered is that autophagy protects against neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's, Huntington's, and certain forms of dementia. If you switch on autophagy, you remove proteins rapidly, as well as protect against excessive inflammation. By learning how to induce this process, we're able to affect the progression of these diseases. The research shows autophagy supports the central nervous system, improves brain function, and reduces neurological cellular breakdown. Studies suggest that autophagy is a built-in defense mechanism that detoxifies and clears the central nervous system. But the autophagy process becomes less efficient as we age. Over time, our brain cells accumulate a variety of damaged organelles, abnormal and pathogenic proteins, and oxidized particles. This clogs up the brain, accelerates cognitive aging, and even contributes to the development of dementia. Autophagy doesn't just decline in older individuals. Even younger people with depression and schizophrenia have shown to have deficiencies in the autophagy pathways. Researchers have found a link between autophagy dysfunction and many neurodegenerative, neurodevelopmental, and neuropsychiatric disorders, including Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's, schizophrenia, depression, bipolar, frontotemporal dementia, ALS, Fragile X syndrome, autism spectrum disorders, mood disorders, psychotic symptoms, and behavioral change. The good news is you can do something about this. You have the power to activate autophagy. There's several reliable and natural ways to increase it, and by doing so, you can reduce neuroinflammation, protect the nervous system, improve cognitive function, encourage the growth of brain cells, and even fight depression and Alzheimer's disease. Exercise is one of the best ways to boost autophagy in the brain. The researchers have found aerobic exercise induces neuronal autophagy. They believe the reason why the exercise improves the cognitive function is perhaps because it increases the autophagy in the brain. Exercise is a stressor on the body, and the body induces autophagy so your cells can recover from the stress. All it takes is 30 minutes of aerobic exercise to activate the autophagy. As a result, exercise increases neurogenesis and it reduces neurodegeneration. Many doctors and researchers recommend exercise as their #1 piece of advice for optimal brain health. One of the main benefits of fasting is a dramatic increase in autophagy, followed by a massive boost in stem cell production. Fasting is another biological stressor that promotes autophagy. When you're fasting, your body isn't receiving nutrients, so it stresses out and it triggers the autophagy. The researchers have found that fasting activates profound autophagy within the brain. As a result, it can help to treat neurological conditions and lower the risk of cognitive decline and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. The researchers suggest 24 to 48-hour fasts are ideal to have the strongest effect. Luckily, even shorter fasts have been shown to significantly promote the neuronal autophagy. That's why you can eat food within an 8-hour window and then fast for the next 16 hours. However, a lot of the research on the 16-8 fast has been done on mice, and mice have a faster metabolism, therefore this might translate into longer fasting times needed for humans. Dr. Amin Ra has achieved amazing results on himself using a vegan diet where he only eats in a 1 hour window each day. Ketogenesis is like an autophagy hack. You get a lot of the same metabolic changes and benefits from the fasting without actually fasting. A ketogenic diet is a high-fat, low-carbohydrate diet. To follow the diet, you need to get most of your calories from healthy fats and no more than 10% of the calories from carbohydrates, less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. When you restrict carbohydrate-rich foods like grains, sugars, and even potatoes, legumes, and fruit, your body enters into ketosis, a metabolic state where the body and the brain run on the fatty acids and the ketones instead of the glucose. This is very beneficial and it increases autophagy within the brain. The researchers have found ketosis is neuroprotective and it reduces neurodegeneration by promoting autophagy within the brain. Autophagy reduces amyloid beta, the main component of amyloid plaque found in the brain of patients with Alzheimer's disease. However, new research is questioning the amyloid plaque Alzheimer's hypothesis. An animal study also shows ketosis reduces brain injury during and after seizures by activating the autophagy. Some of the best foods to eat if you follow a ketogenic diet include coconut oil, olive oil, eggs, ghee, grass-fed meat, avocado, nuts, and seeds. You can also take exogenous ketones, and these get your body into a state of ketosis very quickly. That way, you can get the mental clarity of ketosis without having to follow a ketogenic diet all the time. Sleep induces autophagy in the brain. Getting enough high-quality sleep is very important if you want to increase autophagy. Poor sleep is one of the main factors that contributes to poor cognitive function. Research shows not getting enough sleep and waking up intermittently throughout the night negatively alters autophagy within the brain. So it's the length and the quality of your sleep that matters. You should be getting at least 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night. To do this, maintain a proper circadian rhythm by waking and sleeping at the same time each day. Promote the production and the release of melatonin at night by sleeping in a dark room, avoiding caffeine and sugar, turning off your mobile phone, Wi-Fi router, and any other source of electromagnetic radiation. Researchers have found our circadian rhythm controls autophagy and it plays a role in cognitive decline. Melatonin is a hormone released by the pineal gland, a small gland within the brain. It helps to control the circadian rhythm. Adequate levels of the melatonin are necessary to fall asleep quickly and to sleep deeply throughout the night. Melatonin has been shown to induce autophagy within the brain, and it reduces the risk of developing neuropsychiatric disorders. Even mild changes in our external environment can affect our circadian rhythm and reduce melatonin production, negatively altering the autophagy and our cognition the next day. Knowing this, there's things you can do to support the melatonin production, to maintain your circadian rhythm, and to maximize the quality of your sleep. You should expose your eyes to sunlight in the morning. This helps to set your circadian rhythm. Blue light significantly suppresses the body's production of melatonin. This leads to disrupted sleep patterns and abnormal functioning of the nervous system. As soon as it's dark outside, you should avoid sources of blue light. Turn off household lights and install red light bulbs. You can get blue blocking glasses. They block the blue light in the environment. Don't eat anything for 3 hours before bed other than collagen, bone broth and MCT oil, which are easy to digest and actually support your sleep. Avoid stimulating movies and TV before bed. Reduce stress before bed. Supplement with magnesium to help you relax. Avoid alcohol before sleep, as it prevents getting into the deeper stages of sleep, and this is when your body and your brain heals. Exposing yourself to hot and cold temperatures can stress your cells and promote autophagy. Several researchers have found that heat stress triggers autophagy and it stimulates the autophagic process. Autophagy and the heat shock response are tightly linked. Researchers have found cold exposure induces neuronal autophagy, and they believe it can reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Research also shows that switching back and forth between cold and hot can induce autophagy. Try switching back and forth between hot and cold in the shower, or spend time in a sauna or a steam room and take a cold shower. Go outside with minimal clothing in the winter, and then eventually come back inside and take a hot shower. Cold plunges, cold baths, and cryotherapy are some other ways to expose yourself to the cold. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy is a treatment that can enhance the healing and recovery after an injury to the central nervous system. Patients inhale 100% oxygen in a total body chamber. Usually, oxygen is transported throughout the body only by the red blood cells, but with the hyperbaric oxygen therapy, the oxygen dissolves into all bodily fluids, including the fluids of the central nervous system. This leads to oxygen being carried to the areas of the body where the circulation is diminished or blocked. As a result, extra oxygen can reach all the damaged tissue, including areas that need to heal. Several studies have shown hyperbaric oxygen therapy elevates and enhances autophagy in the central nervous system. The hyperbaric oxygen therapy can be expensive though, but you can buy your own oxygen concentrator. An oxygen concentrator is much less expensive, but it can still help a lot. The Wim Hof method combines breathing techniques to increase oxygen uptake with hot and cold temperatures. You can find the breathing meditations on his YouTube channel. Acupuncture is an alternative treatment that's been shown to induce autophagy within the brain. One study found that acupuncture improved learning and memory and protected brain cells by upregulating the autophagy pathway. Another found that acupuncture promoted the autophagic clearance of proteins from the brain that contribute to Parkinson's disease. Drinking coffee is another great way to induce autophagy within the brain. The researchers have found both regular and decaffeinated coffee rapidly trigger the autophagy. The polyphenols in coffee are also good for the brain health because they stimulate autophagy. Other studies show that caffeine protects the brain cells and lowers the risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases by inducing autophagy within the brain. You can try and drink 1 cup of high-quality coffee every morning. Drinking it later in the day can interrupt your sleep. Also, if you're sensitive to caffeine, if you take L-theanine, which is extracted from green tea, it can reduce the side effects of caffeine and enhance the benefits. The coffee fruit contains several healthy compounds not found in the coffee beans themselves. After years of careful clinical research, scientists have discovered ingesting the whole coffee fruit can significantly increase the brain function, so it would be preferable over the typical coffee beans. Epigallocatechin gallate, or EGCG, is the main polyphenol found in green tea. It's been shown to have anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects. Researchers have found the EGCG stimulates autophagy, protects against brain cell toxicity, and might help to treat neurodegenerative disorders. It also improves learning and memory after chronic stress by restoring autophagic flux within the brain. Coconut oil is one of the best foods for your brain. It's especially important if you want to support your thyroid. It can also stimulate autophagy by increasing the ketone levels. You can aim to eat 1 or 2 tablespoons of coconut oil almost every day, along with exogenous ketones to boost the ketones and induce autophagy. The MCTs, or medium-chain triglycerides in the coconut oil, are responsible for the ketone increasing effects. Just be aware, large doses of oils can cause a laxative effect. Ginger is one of the healthiest spices. It contains a lot of nutrients and bioactive compounds that have powerful protective benefits for your brain. 6-chagol is one of the active compounds in ginger, and this induces autophagy. The Reishi mushroom is a powerful fungus with hundreds of bioactive compounds. It's been used for thousands of years by Chinese medicine practitioners to support the immune system, regulate inflammation, lower anxiety, and support brain function. Research shows the reishi mushroom can induce autophagy. It also protects the brain from oxidative stress by regulating autophagy. Curcumin is the most heavily researched compound within turmeric, the spice that gives curry its yellow colour. One reason is because it protects the brain cells from damage by activating autophagy. Sulforaphane is a phytochemical found in cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, and kale. It has potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory actions similar to curcumin. Studies have shown sulforaphane increases autophagy within the brain cells. As a result, researchers believe it can be a therapeutic tool in the treatment of neurodegenerative diseases. Broccoli sprouts are the best source of sulforaphane. You can also take sulforaphane in supplement form. If you decide to take it in supplement form, make sure that you get the myrosinase activated form. Myrosinase is the enzyme in the broccoli that helps to metabolize the sulforaphane. Galangal is a spice. It's known as Thai or Siamese ginger because it looks very similar to ginger, but it's actually a different spice altogether. It's commonly found in Thai, Indonesian, and Malaysian cooking. Galangal, a compound in the galangal root, has been shown to induce autophagy and protect the dopaminergic neurons within the brain. The antioxidants in olive oil can induce autophagy. Olive oil has numerous other health benefits, particularly because of its strong anti-inflammatory effects. Oleuperin, a polyphenol found in olive oil, has been shown to induce autophagy and to reduce cognitive impairment. As a result, researchers propose a diet high in extra virgin olive oil might have potential benefits for Alzheimer's patients because of its induction of autophagy. Oleuperin can also be found in olive leaf extract and in argan oil. Blueberries, strawberries, and acai berries have been shown to significantly activate autophagy within the brain. The polyphenols in them protect the brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, and they improve cognitive function. You should try to eat 1 cup of berries every day to support your brain health. Omega-3 fatty acids are essential fats that your body can't produce itself. They're absolutely necessary for the normal functioning of your brain and your nervous system. They've been shown in many studies to significantly reduce brain inflammation, improve memory, mood, and cognition, and protect against mild cognitive impairment, dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. Researchers have also demonstrated omega-3 fatty acids can increase BDNF signaling and enhance autophagy within the brain. So increasing your intake of them is one of the most impactful actions you can take to support your brain. Omega-3 fatty acids are found primarily in cold water fish, including salmon, black cod, sablefish, sardines, and herrings. Unfortunately, most people don't consume enough omega-3 fatty acids in their diet. It's recommended supplementing with a krill or fish oil supplement. Some researchers believe the beneficial effects of supplementing with omega-3 fatty acids might simply be due to their ability to activate autophagy. Research suggests certain probiotics can stimulate autophagy. In one study, researchers gave SLAB51 probiotic formula to mice, and it partially restored autophagy in the brains of those mice. The researchers also found the SLAB51 probiotic reduced brain damage and decreased cognitive decline. American ginseng is a powerful herb that enhances brain function. Researchers have found it induces autophagy, which then protects the brain from neurotoxicity, and it reduces mitochondrial dysfunction. Because of this, researchers believe it can help to treat neurodegenerative disorders. Gingko Biloba is a plant that's been used in China for thousands of years to treat a number of health problems. It's one of the top-selling natural supplements in the world, and it's even a prescription herb in Germany. It's most commonly used to improve brain health because it increases brain blood flow and improves memory, mood, mental energy, and attention in both healthy and unhealthy individuals. It even reduces the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. The researchers have also discovered it helps to treat dementia and Alzheimer's by activating and increasing autophagy within the brain. Acetyl-L-Carnitine is an acetylated form of the amino acid carnitine. It's been shown to have neuroprotective and cognitive enhancing effects. It's also used as a natural brain booster because it increases alertness and it provides support to our brain cells. It's been shown to be very effective at alleviating chronic fatigue and improving the mood. Researchers have also found it helps to reverse cognitive decline and it supports mitochondrial function by inducing autophagy. It can give a boost in mental energy and resilience. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin that your skin synthesizes when it's exposed to the sun. Unfortunately, researchers estimate 50% of people are at risk of a vitamin D deficiency. This is a huge problem because every tissue in the body has a vitamin D receptor, including the brain, so a deficiency can lead to costly physiological and psychological consequences. Research shows vitamin D and activation of the vitamin D receptor induces autophagy. Vitamin D supplementation in mice also increases the levels of autophagy. One study found that vitamin D can reduce neurological deficits caused by traumatic brain injury by restoring the autophagy within the brain. Some researchers have pointed out that vitamin D deficiency is associated with many diseases that involve defective autophagy. Ideally, you should get your vitamin D by going outside and getting sun. Try to get sunlight every day during the spring and the summer. Most people still don't get enough vitamin D from the sun, especially during the winter. Vitamin D is so crucial for optimal brain health that you should check your levels regularly. If you decide to take vitamin D, it's a good idea to also take vitamin K2. They're synergistic and they mix well together. There's also some evidence that vitamin K2 stimulates autophagy. Lithium is predominantly known as a medication given to bipolar patients to manage their symptoms. However, it's also an essential mineral. Bipolar patients are often given high doses of lithium carbonate, but low doses of lithium orotate can be safely used to improve your brain health and to increase the formation of myelin. Research shows lithium induces autophagy within the brain, and it enhances the breakdown and the clearance of proteins that contribute to neuropsychiatric and neurodegenerative diseases. Therefore, it might help treat Huntington's disease, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's, and dementia. Cannabidiol, or CBD, is one of the active cannabinoids found in cannabis. Unlike THC, CBD isn't psychoactive, so it doesn't make you high. It can help treat a great number of diseases and reduce inflammation. The researchers have found CBD activates and enhances autophagy within the brain. Rhodiola is also known as golden root or Arctic root. It's a traditional Chinese and Scandinavian herb. It's one of the most popular adaptogens used to increase physical and mental stamina. One study found that rhodiola can reduce neurodegeneration by inducing autophagy within the brain. Other studies have found the herb significantly upregulates autophagy. Berberine induces autophagy within the brain. Berberine is an alkaloid that's extracted from various plants. It has anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, and possibly antidepressant effects. It can also improve intestinal health and lower cholesterol. Researchers have also found that berberine reduces inflammation and it protects the brain from damage by boosting autophagy. One study even found it reduces neurological defects and promotes neurogenesis by stimulating autophagy. Nicotinamide is an active form of vitamin B3. It's been shown to reduce cognitive decline and to halt the progression of Alzheimer's disease by improving autophagy function within the brain. It also improves cognitive performance and it preserves mitochondrial integrity. Schisandra is a berry commonly used by traditional Chinese medicine practitioners. The seed of the berry contains lignans, and these have health-promoting properties. It's considered an adaptogen, and traditionally it's been used to treat depression, stress, and the menopause. Lots of research shows Schisandra can also benefit people who are struggling with Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's. This is because it reduces neurodegeneration and cognitive impairment by enhancing autophagy. Besides promoting autophagy, it also has anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects on the brain cells. Spermidine is a polyamine compound with various metabolic functions. It's found in living tissues and within a wide range of foods, including aged cheese, fermented soy, chicken, mushroom, pears, and potatoes. It can also be taken as a supplement. Researchers have found it has neuroprotective effects, and it reduces synapse aging by enhancing autophagy within the brain. As a result, it counteracts neurodegeneration, reduces memory impairment, and promotes neurons from demyelination. Resveratrol is a beneficial antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory compound found in grapes, red wine, raspberries, and dark chocolate. It's known to help to prevent the development of neurodegenerative diseases, and researchers are starting to understand why. Several studies have shown resveratrol induces autophagy within the brain. In 2 of the studies, it protected the brain cells, and it helped the brain cells recover after injury by enhancing autophagy. The researchers propose it could even be used to help prevent and treat Alzheimer's disease due to its autophagy enhancing effects. To consume enough resveratrol to promote autophagy, you need to take it as a supplement. Pterostilbene is a compound found in blueberries. It's very similar to resveratrol, and it's also been shown to induce autophagy. To book a consultation or to learn about herbs, supplements, and natural treatments, check out my website.